Hi, I'm Grace Martino. I'm a freshman at UCLA, and I've been studying vocal performance for 10 years. I'm an artist because I firmly believe that art can communicate things that speech often can't. And I'm reminded every time I am finished with a concert, whether that be a choral concert or a show or a musical, you see what that's done for the people who've seen it, and it affects each person differently. And I know that I've seen shows that have changed my outlook on life, and I do it because I want to have that same effect on other people. It wasn't. Actually, half the schools I applied for film, and when I got into UCLA, and after I auditioned even, I kind of knew, like, that felt right. But, I mean, because it's been, sometimes, like, the answer is right in front of you, and for 10 years for me, and I had no idea, because every day someone's telling you should be a business major, you should be a finance major, pre-law, etc. And then finally I went to audition, and I did it, and I was so ecstatic, and it was just, the endorphins were unreal, and I called my vocal coach right away, and I said, that went perfect, that was so exciting. And then afterwards I was just kind of like, this is for me. I was a sophomore in high school when my music department went to Italy, Slovenia, and Croatia for a tour, and we had just arrived in Ljubljana, and I think it was Valentine's Day. It was super late, and we were super hungry, and we'd just eaten, and we were so happy because we had had a pretty bad food the day before, and everyone was sick, and everyone was kind of just down. And so there were about 90 of us, and we walked past this fountain. It was called the Roba Fountain, and there was a guy sitting on the fountain with a really rusty clarinet, and he had two guys behind him, one with a trumpet, and I think the other one had a harmonica. And of course, he hops off, and he's like, who are you? What? Obviously, I mean, there's 90 of us. He's what the hell are you doing here? And so we said, oh, we're choir students from Long Island, New York. And he's like, I want to hear you sing. And so we're all like, oh no, we've got a hotel to check into. And he's like, no, I want to hear you sing. And so we're like, why not? So we sang Shenandoah, which is a song about longing for home. And we sang it, and I happened to be close to the guy at the time, and I've never seen someone listen to something with so much, with wholeheartedly. I've just never seen someone listen that way. And after we were finished, and it's also one of my favorite songs, after we were finished, he steps back. He doesn't say anything. He steps back, he picks up his clarinet, and he plays it back verbatim. And it played it back verbatim with so much soul in it, and I've never felt so in awe in my life. I was still, and the only thing I could do was cry, because it was so emotionally overwhelming, doing that to some stranger in Eastern Europe, and then all of a sudden he just knew. And it was just that moment when I was like, I can't not do this. I can't not sing for the rest of my life. This is everything that I want, is to just have this experience. I would say to try everything and to not close yourself off from any opportunity or any, exposure. Just because I think it's really great to just try everything once, and from there you can decide whether you like it or you don't. I would also say be in the driver's seat, just because I wish from a younger age that I wasn't thinking that I could never be a musician. I mean, I remember being younger and thinking, oh, being a musician isn't real. There are 5 of them that are really good, and they make money. But I kind of just wish that I took it more seriously from a younger age and actually told myself, you're really good at this and you can do this. I work best in an intensive environment, meaning I have never worked better than I am now by working every single day, almost all day. I think that has helped me tremendously, just, drilling and drilling and drilling all the time. Also, I think it's really great that I've been able to join a school and a community of vocalists and I never really had the opportunity to collaborate with a lot of them, but here I'm able to collaborate with whomever I want, whether it be the other vocalists or instrumentalists. There's always just opportunities, you know, for musicians and composers and dancers and any artist, you name it. Like, there's just always an opportunity for collaboration within the music department and the dance department and the fine arts department and the film department.
Where do you see yourself in the future?
I see myself as someone who is able to do all of the genres that she wants to do. Meaning, I don't want to be Grace the opera singer, and I don't want to be Grace the jazz singer, and I don't want to be Grace the musical theater artist. I want to be Grace the girl who can do it all. I look up to Maria Callas and Ella Fitzgerald for, you know, just an example, just because they have incredible purity in their tone, just impeccable, and they both kind of strived as females in a male dominated, you know, music industry, and especially Ella Fitzgerald in the 30s and 40s as a black woman. I find that to be absolutely amazing that she somehow broke through and became a world-renowned musician, and given her, you know, stance, I just find that to be incredibly amazing. So
Tell us a little bit about your background and how that has affected you as an artist.
well, I grew up really close to New York City, and so I was exposed to all sorts of music. Plenty of jazz. New York is the place for jazz. Plenty of opera, plenty of classical music, and I was fortunate enough to have such a great music program in my high school, and so I worked with some of the best high school choir directors and musical theater directors, and I had a really great vocal coach growing up. I also had the full support of my parents in whatever endeavor I chose, so I think that really helped me personally, was that I could choose whatever I wanted to do, and I could sing whatever I wanted to sing, and my parents would be behind me every step of the way. Well, I want to empower women by joining the force of powerful females in the entertainment industry, and really just increase the representation and the authority that women will have in the music industry and the film industry and the like.